Prestissima here. Today, we're going to learn about half steps and whole steps. On the piano keyboard, when you go from one key to the next, we call that stepping. So we can go from one key to the next, and we call that stepping. And you can step up the piano, or you can step down the piano. A half step is when you go from one key to the very next key. So in this case, the very next key is a black key, right? And then the very next key is a white key. And we're going to keep half stepping up to this black key and then this white key. Oh, and then look, the very next key is a white key. So it could be white key to white key or white key to black key, but a half step is the very next step next to it. Also going down. So after this black key, the very next step, half step down is this white key, and then this white key again. And then black key, white key, black key, white key, white key. So it's just whatever is right next to it. That's a half step. So a whole step is when you go from key to key, but you're going to skip over one key. So you're going from this white key to this white key, but you skipped the black one in the middle, right? So that's a whole step. Or from this key to this key, and we're going to skip this black key, right? Okay, now, next to this white key is another white key, right? But that's only a half step. So you got to skip one, and that's a whole step. So this white key, and you're going to skip the very next one, and that's a whole step. Oh, now where do we go? What's a whole step from this key? So if you went to the very next key, that would be a white key, right? But that's only a half step. So then to go a whole step, you have to skip this one and go to the next one. So it's black key to black key. That's a whole step. And the same thing going down. So if from here, a whole step down would be this next black key, right? And then what's a whole step down from here? Well, we know this one because it's right next to it. That's only a half step, right? But a whole step, you're going to skip that and come down here to this white key. And then a whole step down, skip this black key, you have a white key. Skip this black key, you have a white key. Uh-oh, now what? You got to skip this very next one. So from this white key, you're going to go to this black key. Good. And that's a whole step. Becoming familiar with half steps and whole steps is important because it helps us with pattern recognition, with understanding intervals, and with putting together scales. An interval is the distance between two notes. Do you remember an octave? An octave is an interval of 8. So if you went from C to C, that's an octave. It's an interval of 8. Or if you went from G to G, that's also an octave, an interval of 8. Half steps and whole steps are intervals of 2. So if you go from one note to the very next, the half step, that's an interval of 2. 1, 2. But a whole step is also an interval of 2. So if you go from this note to the next key, skipping that black key, like that, that's also an interval of 2. That's a whole step. 1, 2. We want to learn to identify half steps and whole steps by seeing them on the piano keyboard, by visualizing them in our head, and by hearing them in our ear. Let's play a game. I'm going to play some notes on the piano keyboard, and you're going to tell me whether they're half steps or whole steps. Okay, here we go. C to D. Is that a half step or a whole step? Whole step, very good. How about this one? G to A. Half step or whole step? Whole step, very good. Okay, how about this one? B to C. Half step, excellent. Okay, how about this one? F to G. Is that a half step or a whole step? Whole step, very good. How about E to F sharp? Good, that's a whole step. How about B flat to C. Yes, that is a whole step. Very good. How about D to E? That's a whole step. Excellent. How about E flat to F? That is a whole step. Excellent. How about F to F sharp? That's also G flat. So F, F sharp or G flat. Half step or whole step? Half step. Very good. How about F to G? Whole step. Good. How about D to D sharp? That's a half step. Good. How about D sharp, or we also call this E flat, right? E flat to E. That's a half step. Okay. How about E flat here to F? That's a whole step. Okay. How about F sharp to G sharp? That's a whole step. Very good. How about A flat to B flat? That's a whole step. Okay. How about A flat to A? Half step. Good. How about, what's this? C sharp to D. That is a half step. Excellent. How about E flat to E? Half step. Good. Now let's do some going down. Okay, let's see. How about C to B? Ooh. Very good. That's a half step. Okay, how about C to B flat? Oh, that's a whole step. Okay, how about G to F sharp? Ooh, that's a half step. Okay, how about E to D sharp? Half step, very good. How about F to E flat? That's a whole step. Excellent. How about E to D? Whole step. Very good. Oh, we're getting good at this. How about D to C? Whole step. Good. How about B flat to A flat? Whole step. Excellent. How about F sharp to E? That's a whole step. Very good. Ooh, here's a challenge question. Are there any half steps between black keys? Let's see. We'll start with the two black keys here. No, that's a whole step. How about here? Whoa. That's more than a whole step, so not there. How about here? Nope, that's a whole step. How about here? Nope, that's also a whole step. Remember, because there's that key in between. Okay, how about this one? Whoa, that's also more than a whole step. And then, whoa, we're just repeating the pattern again, right? So, no, there are no half steps between black keys. Interesting. Let's play another game. This time, I'm going to play some half steps and whole steps, and you're going to identify them by using your ear, by listening, okay? So, no looking, you're just gonna listen. So let's start with a reminder. Okay. That was a whole step, okay? And that was a half step. All right, we're ready, let's play. Is that a half step or a whole step? Whole step. Okay, how about this one? Half step. Okay, let's try this. Half step or whole step? Whole step. Okay. Half step or whole step? Half step. Okay, let's try. Half step or whole step? Half step. Okay. Half step or whole step? Whole step. Okay, let's see. How about this one? Half step or whole step? Half step. And this one? Half step or whole step? Whole step. Okay, how about this one? That's a whole step. And this one? Half step. Okay, let's see. Half step or whole step? Whole step. This one? Half step. Okay. Is that a half step or a whole step? That's a whole step. Is that a half step or a whole step? That's a half step. Let's try a few going down. Is that a half step or a whole step? Half step. How about this one? Whole step. Is that a half step or a whole step? Whole step. Is this a half step or a whole step? Whole step. How about half step or whole step? Half step. Or half step or whole step? Half step. How did you do? It takes time to develop our ears. So if it didn't seem that easy at first, don't get discouraged, because we're going to do this again and again. Keep practicing and it'll get easier and easier. And soon, you'll be able to identify intervals quickly and easily. In our next lesson, we're going to learn a fun song called Hush Little Baby, and it uses accidentals. So remember, everyone, keep practicing all your songs and your scales, sing as you play, and memorize everything. Prestissima out.